Readers, welcome to Readers Workshop. It's Thursday, we're ready to roll, and we are ready to move on to a new unit. We're going to be talking about nonfiction this time. So when we're thinking nonfiction, we're thinking of books that are true, are about real things, real people, and not made up, no fantasy, no science fiction, nothing like that, just nonfiction. So when we're thinking about nonfiction books, one thing I want you to notice is that you as a reader can infer or use the clues that the author gives you, use the author's writing to infer the writer's attitude or their point of view toward the topic of a nonfiction book. So basically, you are going to be able to figure out if the author likes what they're writing about, if they agree with what's going on in the book, if they're writing about something that makes them happy, sad, upset, angry, excited. You're going to be able to figure that out, or hopefully be able to figure that out through the things that the authors write. So we're going to look at a couple of different examples today, and we're going to look at what we think their point of view is, or how they feel about what they're writing about, what their kind of attitude or point of view is on the page, and then how we know. So we're going to look at Face to Face with Whales, we're going to look at Ivan, and we're going to look at A Little Book of Sloth. So as we look at these three books, I want you to think about, okay, how does the author feel about what's happening? Are they agreeing with what's going on? Are they upset at what's going on in the book? Or are they excited about writing about that thing? So let's go ahead and dive in. So this is Face to Face with Whales, and I'm just going to read a little bit in a couple of different parts. So the first time I slipped into the water with a singing humpback whale, I was not thinking about how it would change my life. I was just gazing at the motionless, dark shape below me and feeling my bones hum with the sounds it was making. I tried to quiet my excited breathing so that I could dive down to take the whale's picture. It was thrilling to photograph a scientific breakthrough as it was happening. We had discovered that we could find these singing whales and that they could keep singing. With my snorkel and camera, I could watch and record them. So, how does the author feel about whales? How would you say the author feels about whales, and how do you know? Well, as I'm reading this, and I'm kind of going to point to some things, I only read part of it, but I'm going to read, kind of point out some things. So I think the author feels really excited and like they really care about whales. If I go back to this first paragraph here, it says, I tried to quiet my excited breathing. So there, he's super excited as he's looking at this whale up close. He's super excited about it. So he, almost can't contain his excitement. So he's got to be super, super excited to do that. And then when I look at this last paragraph, he says, it was thrilling to photograph a scientific breakthrough is happening. So he's not there, because someone told him he has to be. He's there because he wants to be there, and he's excited about it. So he's definitely excited about whales. He loves whales, right? So he's excited and he's fascinated by the whales. And kind of some things I pointed out. I tried to quiet my excited breathing, and he says it was thrilling. So when we're looking for evidence, we're kind of looking for, we are looking for quotes and things that we can directly point to in the text. So with Ivan, I'm going to read the page, and I want you to tell me how the author feels and how you know. So the question is, how does the author feel about the people who took Ivan? What in the text helps you understand that? Poachers with loud guns and cruel hands stole the little gorilla and another baby. So how do you think the author feels about the people who took Ivan? How do you know? Well, I'm thinking, the author definitely does not like them, right? The author doesn't think that these people should have taken Ivan because he's saying, she's saying, poachers with loud guns and cruel hands. If she agreed with them taking Ivan, she would probably say poachers with gentle hands, relocated the gorilla. She said cruel hands and stole the baby gorilla. She definitely doesn't agree with them, right? She is totally against what they're doing. So she thinks it's wrong to capture Ivan and take him to America. And those things I pointed out, and hopefully you pointed out too, cruel hands, like stole the gorilla, not just moved him somewhere else. They stole him. So she does not agree with what these poachers were doing to Ivan and another monkey. So the last one is a Little Book of Sloth, and I think that this one is going to be the most clear to you because the author makes it very, very apparent on how they feel about sloths. So I'm only going to read part of this. I love sloths. I always have. I love their sweet smiles, slow-mo lifestyles, and innate huggability. I believe that being fast is overrated and that the sloth is the true king of the jungle, but he's rarely seen as such. So I founded the Sloth Appreciation Society, of which you are now a member. So how do you think this author feels about sloths? How do you think Lucy Cook feels about sloths? How do you know? Yeah, I think this one's pretty apparent here. She says in the very first sentence, I love sloths. So I think it's safe to say that she loves sloths. They're her favorite animal. And she says that directly in there. So our evidence is, I love sloths. She loves them. Okay, so she's very, very passionate about them. Awesome. So when you're reading a nonfiction text, it's important that you're looking to see and notice how the author feels about the topic that they are writing. So how do they feel about it? Maybe they agree, maybe they disagree. Maybe they're super, super pumped to write about it. So understanding how the author feels about the topic they're writing is important, and you can do that through kind of just the way it sounds as they're writing it and looking through the words that they say. So you guys are awesome, and I hope that you are able to continue to do this, and you're going to be looking at another book today for reflection/response to reading and thinking about how the author feels about the topic. You guys are awesome. Keep it up.